It's my name. My name is Stefan, and the city I currently live in is Tampa, Florida. Was I actively looking for a barber when I found Tone? Yes, I was. So I moved there from New York right when COVID hit, 2020. That was my first time in Tampa, and I officially moved here in July of 2021. So I was going to the same barber for years. I was like 12, going to the same barber in Queens. And so, I'm acclimated with a certain style of cut. So, I've tried almost like 3, maybe 5 barbers since I've been here in Tampa, and it's just like, just bumping into the same roadblocks of just like, damn, I can't find that barber who just knows how to, you know what I mean? Like, a barber who's just really good at what they do and they know their craft. And then, once I found Tone, and I was like, yeah, this is my barber for me. Yeah. How did I first find out about Tone? Actually, it was a funny story. I got a friend out here that I met. He's an investor as well. I seen him getting a haircut on Instagram. And then my cousin actually reached out to me like, yo, man, did you see this dude's cut? He's been holding out on us, man. He gave us the other barber, and he went to another barber. So then my cousin actually went on I don't know, I'm not familiar. I think it's the Booksy app. I forgot which platform he uses. And then he went on the platform and he booked me appointment as well. And that was my first time there. And since then, I was like, this is who I'm rocking with. How long have I been a client with Tone? I want to say my first cut with Tone was August of last year or September. It might have been September, because I know he was away for a while, then he came back into the city, so we were about September, a couple months now. How many cuts have I gotten with Tone? He had went away. He had went to Dallas for a little while, so that was detrimental to everything. So once he came back, I was just like, yo, when are you coming back? When are you coming to visit? I was just patiently, I would go like 2 months at a time without even getting a haircut, because I wasn't satisfied with the other barbers or like the style that they did for me. So if I could go back and think of the first time I got cut by Tone, how that I felt was, I felt like I went to my barber that I've been going to my whole life, that I grew up with in Queens. So he's always cut my hair forever, and I felt like, all right, yeah, this kid is right here. He's talented. He's good with the clippers. So you can always tell, and he takes pride in his work. So that's something that I took notice of. What keeps me going back to Tone for cuts? It's TC quality, man. Listen, just the reaction that I get from other people when they see my cuts is like, wow, yo, who cut your hair? That lets you know, like, damn, this is a good cut right here. Like, and how I feel after I get the cut, I'm like, damn, this is a really good cut. I feel like I'm unstoppable after I get a cut by TC. I think a shocking factor from me when I got my first cut by Tone was, well, one, he did an excellent job, and I seen the amount of pride he took in his work. But I think it was when I found out his age and his drive is what was the big factor for me, because I'm a little bit older, so and I felt like I had that same like determination to drive when I was about his age. So I think that's what it was, and I just seen like, yeah, he's gonna be big. Well, did I have to break up with my old barber before I met Tone? Well, my original barber is from New York, like I said, and I moved and I'm new to the city. So I was bouncing around from barber to barber, so I wasn't really committed to a barber yet. So once I found that one barber, which was Tone, then I was like, yeah, this is who I'm rocking with. What would I tell a friend who was looking for a barber in Tampa? I would tell them TC quality, and they would see me with my cut. They wouldn't even be asking me, yo, the first thing they would say, yo, who cut your hair? I need to go to them. And it's happened over and over. I have plenty of friends who's come to visit me from New York who say, yo, I kind of got to get a cut out here. I'm like, I got somebody for you. And now whenever they come down to visit me from New York, that's the first person they go see. So that tells you a lot about his work. I think the best part with working with Tone is just how flexible he could be with your schedule, because there's been times where I couldn't make it to the shop where he's just, yo, I'll come to you. And he just pulled up on me, we just chilled, he gave me a cut. So I think definitely his flexibility and how he works with his clients with timing.
Yeah, anything extra you want to say? Just like throw out there. Might put it in.
Listen, man, you see it. TC quality. TC quality. There's nothing more I need to say right here.
What's my name and what city I live in? My name is DC. I live in Tampa. Was I looking for a barber when I found Tone? No, I was actually just word of mouth. Someone hit me up and was like, hey, I got this new barber, and I went, trust over everything. I encountered Tone and found out about him was through my boy. I just got back from overseas. I needed a cut real bad. He was headed over to Tone, so I just went with him. He cut my boy up, and then he cut me up right after that. Did an amazing job, and the rest was history. How long have I been a client of TC Quality? That's a good question. It seems like it was yesterday, but a few months maybe. How did I feel after my first cut with Tone? I felt like a boss, honestly. I walked out there feeling like I had $1 million in my pocket. What keeps me coming back to Tone? Attention to detail, quality, good conversation, and just he cares. What about Tone's service that surprised me the most was that, every time I go in there, he looks at it like a piece of art. So there is perfection in everything that he does. So if something's just a little bit off, he's going back to fix it. What would I tell a friend that was looking for a barber in Tampa? I would tell him I got a guy, which I always say, and then I would literally drive them up the Tone and then watch them how they feel afterwards, and then, let them be them. What is the best part of working with Tone is his drive. I mean, he's a young dude, hustling, but there's something about him when you go in that chair that you can see the art unfold right in front of your eyes. It's magical in a sense without sounding cliche. You come out that chair feeling like $1 million. Your girl loves you. Like, everyone loves you. Everyone's like, yo, where'd you get your cut? You're the center of attention. So
awesome. And do you have anything extra you just want to throw out there? It could make it in the final cut. It might not, but just anything you wanted to let Tone know. It could even be a personal video to Tone himself. And I said it right to him.
No, man. Yeah, Tone, you took care of me for a wedding. I walked into the wedding and it was like everybody was asking my girl, like, yo, who is that? Like, you found yourself a movie star, you found yourself an actor, you found yourself a rapper. Like, who is that guy? Had the suit on, had the clean cut. I was in New York City, and it was, and I was standing out in New York City. That's enough said, right?
Name and the current city I live in. My name is Dennis, and I live in Tampa right now. Was I actively looking for a barber when I found Tone? I want to say, yeah, kinda. I was like in the mix of it, but like I just moved here from New York, and it was just like I kind of sensitive with barbers. Like I kind of want one barber and that's it. And it's like I was looking around, and one of my friends had told me that Tone was cutting hair for I think $5 or $10 at that time. I was just like, no way, I don't want to go. I was like, no. And then he's telling me that it's at a house, resident. So I'm like, I'm up north, so I'm used to going to the barber shop, regular stuff. I go to Tone, I take the chance with my friend, and I end up getting the haircut, and it's like, boom. I was like, wow, yeah, Tone's the guy. And it's crazy because I told him at that moment, like, yeah, you're already special. How did I first find out about TC Quality? To be honest with you, he basically from there, kind of like from the jump, once I got like put on with him, like there with the $10 cut, I pretty much was going to him every week. Anybody could like vouch for that. I was there every week, like trying to get a cut. And then I know it started going up. I think he went 15, 20, I think, maybe, or something like that. He went like from 15 to 20 or something. And then that's when he started getting much better. And it was like how you're saying, TC Quality. To be honest with you, I watched him like go from here to all the way up here, like, and it's like crazy to me because it's like I sit there and watch his videos all the time, just amazed like at the like craftsmanship. I tell him all the time I actually watch YouTube videos and stuff like that, like on other barbers. It's just cool, like they really have like natural hands, and then the skill set of like the blend what they're doing, the craftsmanship, like I said again. And yeah, like I said, he took his whole thing to a whole nother level, and like how you said, TC Quality, he got a whole brand now. How long have I been a client of TC Quality? I want to say maybe like 3 years now, maybe 3.5. I want to say at least that, at least. All right, how did I feel about my first cut, like with Tone? To be honest with you, when I left, I just was like looking at it the whole time, and I was just like, it's good, but I was like, I was trying to like look for an imperfection. I don't know, like that's my thing. Like I always look to see like, all right, he forgot about this. The same thing like if somebody was detailing your car, like, okay, he forgot this part right here. But no, I actually got to the house, I took a shower, and then I looked in the mirror again, and I was like, yeah, no, he did his thing, man. And it's crazy because I actually brought my dad and my little brother to him too after, not the first cut, but it was about like, I want to say like maybe a month's worth of cuts probably in, and then I brought my brother and my dad over there and they was getting cuts and everything. What keeps me coming back to Tone? Let's see. Honestly, it kind of like got to a point where it was like I would go on Snapchat after I get a haircut, and I'll post up a little flex video and stuff, and my people's in New York, even though like I get cuts all the time, so it's like my fade right now is looking rough, I bet you, but I'm about to head to Tone right now after this, so yeah, it was like a stamp, honestly. Like every time I got a cut from Tone, it was just like Tone cut. Like my boys in New York always Tone cut. Oh, you got a Tone cut, that's lit. What about his service surprised me the most? All right, what about Tone's service surprised me the most is that he was young, and that everything that he was doing, I watched him go from clipper to clipper to different clippers. Like every week I was going, he was changing his clippers. The line was getting more like tighter. You could feel like the blade taking off more off the cut. It was just like his seriousness into the craft and everything, and like how he pans out everything in the sense of like how I said, the fade and the blend. Like he's taking his time and his effort with that. Like he's not trying to let you walk out looking messed up. He really wanted to take a picture after and show the whole world like, hey, look, I'm a young dude doing this now, and I'm gonna be out there soon. And it's crazy to me because it's like, from a young person's perspective, you don't see that a lot, but he has a big mind, and I respect him for it because he uses it open-mindedly a lot. Did I have to break up with my old barber when I filmed Tone? I think I was going to one person and he was doing the right thing, honestly. But the dude was like, it was like in Tampa, and I didn't really like going all the way over there because I didn't even live in that area at the time. I was living in Chapel, so it was like more so like I might as well not even go back. I guess I did break up with him, I guess, if you want to say so, but like I didn't feel like, I haven't, until I met Tone, that's when I felt like, yeah, this is a real barber relationship. Like the other dude, like I had like cool, like, yeah, what's up, what's going on? Like, not that I'm showing him fake love or nothing, but like it wasn't like deep into it. Like with Tone, I know I'd be talking about with his family and stuff like that, like things like that. So it's like, I know who's a real, like my real barber, and I know like who I consider a real like barber in that sense. Like, oh, you're locked in. Like the dude in Tampa was like, right now he's cutting my hair good, so it's like, I guess I'll stick with you. You haven't messed me up. I found you. I guess I'm chill. But it's like how I said, like I never had that in New York because I used to go to my dad's barber, and it was like never really had a problem with like no nicks or nothing like that. It was just like Tone, but he was Dominican guy, and straight line all the time, never messed up, good blend. My dad, we go Sunday in the morning early as hell, bro, like 5 in the morning, like waiting there before he get there. Like he'll get there at like 6, I think. Freaking coming all the way from Long Island to go to Queens, where we used to like, that's where I originally from, Queens. That's where I was born and raised. But yeah, man, it's crazy because how I said, how I consider Tone is like, yeah, he's the first barber since moving here down to Florida. Like in my, like, I think I've been here for like 6 years now. He's like legit been like the real barber in my life. What would I tell a friend who was looking for a barber in Tampa? I tell them go get themselves tone cut. Cause I be telling all my boys, but some of them, you know, some of them don't make as, you know, good money as me and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna sit here and be like, I understand some people don't like, you know, some people are cheap when it comes to that. Like, they don't want to pay that much. And it's like, I get you, but I'm gonna go there because I get my quality cut. I'm gonna have my talk, one-on-one talk with him, chill, hang out, you know. So it's like, with me, I try to put the word of mouth out, like how you said is, but you know, that's on them to take it or not. But a couple of my boys do go to him sometimes, frequently. What is the best part of working with Tone? Honestly, like I was just telling him the last time I got a haircut, I was like, more so as like how I'm looking at it now. Like at first, like I was even like sitting back kind of on the price because I was like, that's kind of hefty. I was like, that's gonna be eating up some money. I was like, and I don't want to just go to him one time and then make him feel like I ain't coming back. So I was trying to figure out. I was like, oh, I guess I could do it. I was like, ain't no problem. I was like, why am I making it seem like it's a problem? Like I'm like how I said, it's already $40. What's the $10 killing me plus an extra $5 to tip him? Like that's not about the $15 more. That's, come on, let's go get yourself corrected. Get yourself right the way that you want to feel when you get out the barbershop, because it's like how I said, when I leave getting the haircut with Tone, I'm all on Snapchat, I'm all on IG, going crazy and stuff like that. And it's like you leave another barber and it's like you don't feel that same way, and it's like, okay, you didn't take care of me. You basically trimmed me up, said, all right, can you pay me now? And that's it. With Tone, like how I said, it's more like I'm sitting there having a conversation, a good conversation as well. And then it's like, on top of it, it's just great service in the sense like he's gonna take care of you in the sense like you're getting treated like in a, how can I say it for a guy's way, like how I said, like I guess how a female would say you getting pampered and shit, like he taking care of you, you feel me? You in the seat, hot towel, you feel good. I feel good, chilling.